Hi guys. Okay, I'm just gonna go right into it. So the stream was about a woman, and her name was Sharon. And I later found out that this is attached to the Rose of Sharon, which I'll explain in a minute. She was a firefighter, and I was in spirit watching her in the wilderness, and she was in some type of a competition. They needed to build a fire, and she had built some sort of a, almost like a kite, and she had I don't know how to explain it, but it was almost like a balloon. Like she had to put this over the fire, and it would give her lift off, and she would float over the water to get to a destination. And the next scene, I saw many men, all firefighters, grouping together, and they were all panicking and worried about how there were no communications. None of their radios, none of their computers, nothing was working. And this is what they were talking about. And there was a big fire coming, and everybody was scared, and all the fire companies were talking about how they're going to have to go old school and go to their old ways, the old way they trained. And they definitely needed an expert in this area, and Sharon was considered the best. So they were also talking about how they were going to have to go without food. So I guess it jumped back to the Sharon firefighter, and she had received the call, and she needed to be around for this big fire that was coming. So it jumped into a building, the scene where all the people were having this meeting, and I saw her standing by a window, and she jumped from the window. And I guess I followed her, or in spirit, I followed her to the windowsill, and I looked down and I saw that she had jumped into the fire head on. And it kind of questioned in my spirit, who's really in charge? And this is wonderful. So I'll go right into the words. So woman was a Proverbs 31:26. She opened her mouth with her wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. Number 2 was Sharon, attached to Isaiah 65:10. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Anchor a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. So this would be a resting place. Firefighter was a Daniel 3:17. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O King. Number 4 was in the wilderness, Matthew 3:3. For this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Isaiah, saying, the voice of the one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his path straight. Number 5 was building a fire, Genesis 19:24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of the heavens. Number 6 was water, Psalms 29:3. The voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of glory thundereth. The Lord is upon many waters. Number 7 was men grouping together, 1 Corinthians 1:10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there will be no division among you, but that you will be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. Number 8 was no communication, James 1:19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. Number 9 was a big fire coming. Hebrews 12:29. For our Father is the consuming fire. Number 10 is everyone is scared. I found Psalms 56:3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Number 11 was going old school, so training was a Hebrews 12:11. Now no chastising for the present seemeth to be joyous, but the grievous nevertheless. Afterward he yieldeth the peace fruit of the righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Expert needed was a Luke 10:37, and he said, he that showeth mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, go and do thou likewise. Number 13 was Sharon is the best, was a Song of Solomon 2:1. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. Number 14 was go without food, John 6:35. And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. Number 15 was Sharon gets a call. This lily blooms. This was an interesting one. This one was Sharon. It's a lily that blooms early in spring. It represents the second coming of Christ. And I'm going to put a couple of things up just so you can see this, because I found this very interesting, and I had no idea that there was even some type of a lily bush that blooms just outside Israel. And apparently it's originally from China, but I don't know the whole story. So I'll put up what I can come up and find here just so you can read. Number 16 was needed for big fire, 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. Now, the last three things I actually didn't have time to finish, but it's because I had nowhere else to put it, so I did not finish off with, where did I have left here? In a nutshell, it was jumping in the fire head on is what God's going to do when he returns. And who's really in charge? We all know that, of course, that's going to be Jesus when he comes back. So I hope you're blessed with this. I hope you take the time to read these all in one shot to truly understand what it is. And I love you guys, and tomorrow is the deadline, December 10th, for whatever YouTube's going to do. I just wanted to say that I will try to post something tomorrow to maybe see what I'm going to do or what platform place I'm going to go to. But for now, anyways, I love you guys. Jesus is coming. I hope you're all blessed. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye.